But you see, in my position, I have to be careful. I can't use words like that that carry a certain meaning. But you know, what a fantastic hubbub there was of enthusiasm and bonhomie, and this event has brought together people from all corners of the globe, and certainly all corners of the island. Many current contributors, people who have all sorts of roles within Manx Radio, and it's very good for me to meet not only those that come at me thrusting a microphone under my face, but the people who make that all possible through the revenues that they raise and the skills they show in production. It's quite an anniversary, really. You know, 50 years ago, Keanu Reeves was born. That and that fantastic medium of record, the sun, was created. But that wasn't all. 50 years ago, Manx Radio began. And it really has been an extraordinary 50 years. A lot's changed in that time. If anyone listened this morning to John Moss, he showed that pithiness for which mandate is renowned by describing the current governor as having a smile more often than not. And really, you know, that sums up the reduction in executive power that the holder of this office enjoys. Today, the only gubernatorial power that remains is over my facial muscles. But beyond that, what can I say? As James Davis will testify, even in the realm of cuts, the only thing that I can cut is a ribbon or a cake. Tempting as that lead that comes out of his microphone might be. But if my own powers, or the powers of this office, have declined in those 50 years, what we've seen in Manx Radio is an organisation that's gone from strength to strength. It's been quite a journey, if that's not a term misused by politicians across. Unfortunately, I use the term only in a figurative sense, because if you're in that caravan on top of Onken Cliff, you'd been worried 50 years ago that it might set off on a high wind. What we have here as well, you know, the diversity of the contributors that Manx Radio enjoys even today. You can go from Roy Moore to Beth Espy.
Very little comparison.
Happy Simon, thank you.
And it's a station which, you know, through modern technology, through mobiles, through the internet, can be heard all over the world. And TT, of course, is a particular draw for the world audience. But the fact that wherever you are, by turning to your computer, you can catch up on the latest matters a great deal. And it's been used to great advantage in catching up over these last few days with all sorts of tales that we've heard broadcast from the studio live, but you can now return to the website to learn about. I haven't scrutinised them all yet, but you know, there are some extraordinary tales that I've heard even without going to the website. For instance, of the cookery, the cookery class or program that used to be run from the basement of Manx Radio, with the lead to the microphone, as I understand it, hung out of a window going down and coming back in. Of course, what you missed in that was the aroma. I guess the presenters maybe sort of smelt it even in the news. But the fact that radio is limited to really only one sense hasn't put Manx Radio off. You've also broadcast flower arrangement. And then there was the time the circus came to town, and yeah, great ideas, very exciting thing to have a circus here. You got in one of the performers to be interviewed. I'm not going to say who the interviewer was, but they got a few questions off, and there wasn't a single answer coming back. And then it was established that the performer didn't understand a word of English. It wasn't just the Manx accent that got in the way. But that's fine, because circus performer, you just get them to do their act. It was understood the guy was a trombonist. No, that was wrong as well. He was a juggler. Now, how you commentate live on radio as the balls go in the air, I just don't know. But, none of this has ever put Manx Radio off. It has been a fantastic journey. It's great that this 50-year celebration has brought together such a diverse range of people. As you'd understand, with my own constitutional responsibilities and limitations, I'm never allowed to express any preference between any of the radio stations that broadcast today on the Isle of Man. But if you promise not to broadcast this, and I know that you've all given yourselves the evening off, and there's nobody here who's recording.